In Sky 5, you can see where the trees are snapped all along the way, Chris.
Thank you, Brian. We know you'll keep watching that for us.
All right, so I understand the Rocky Mountain News Conference has just begun. Are we going to go to that right now, or are we going to go to Ashley Rowe? All right, let's listen in.
Caused damage to the northern part of the city of Rocky Mount. City crews have been working all afternoon to restore power and to remove down trees that affected any areas of our city. At this point, we have less than 500 customers that remain without power. Over 3,200 customers were impacted, and this impact was predominantly in the northern part of our city. Some of our roadways continue to remain closed, and we are urging residents, if possible, to avoid those areas. We understand that residents that live in certain areas of the city need to get in and to their homes, but the areas near Thomas A. Betts Parkway and in the vicinity of our Battleboro neighborhoods, if you can avoid those areas while our crews are working, that would be much appreciated. Residents are also advised that at several intersections we have inoperable traffic lights. Please treat these intersections as four-way stops. None of our city buildings or facilities sustained any structural damage. However, water and sewer services to all city customers was also not impacted. At this time, I would like to introduce our new fire chief, Chief Darvin Moore, who will share more details about the city's response this afternoon. Chief.
Good evening. There were two main areas that sustained significant damage. The Pfizer plant located on Northwestern Boulevard, the plant building itself, and numerous vehicles were damaged because of the storm. As a result, the city had to transport the employees to the Rocky Mountain Senior Center. Numerous homes were damaged in the Greater Glen area in the Belmont Lakes Farms Reserve neighborhood. Drones were flown to determine a damage assessment. There were two minor injuries. In addition to utilizing all of our apparatus on scene, there were 3,200 residents that were notified via code red alerting system. We are relieved that the storm did not have any major loss or damage to life, and our thoughts and our prayers goes out to the families being affected by this storm. This concludes my briefing.
Thank you, Chief. To all our media partners, we will be sending an incident report out this evening with more specific information. If there are any questions, the Chief and I are prepared to answer a few at this time.
It looks like the relief shelter is not opening because power is out. Is there a plan B, another designated area for shelter?
The city has extended the hours of our emergency operation call center as well as our regular call center, and so if residents have any questions or concerns about what to do, they can call those numbers. Our regular customer care line, the hours have been extended from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. this evening.
And that's City Manager with Rocky Mount, Keith Rogers Jr. there. I think one of the first key things we want to say is that he said that right now they believe there's not a loss of life right now. I want to say that right off at the top. And a couple other things he mentioned there was letting people know that if you see the crews that are out there right now trying to restore power, make sure you try to avoid them if you can. If you don't have to leave, get out of their way because they're trying to repair the electrical system that's there right now. Actually, I talked to not too long ago a representative with Duke Energy saying at last check, there are at least 21 different power poles that had been destroyed that they're trying to fix right now. And in terms of people with outages, we know that there's less than 500 now, but at one point, it sounded like he said it was around 3,200 people without power. So it's something they're still working on right now. Clearly, that's something they're going to have to continue to work through the night because at last check, tomorrow morning is when power should be restored to everyone in that area.
Okay, so it's going to be some time, and we know how humid it is out there right now.